Hello and welcome to this careers presentation for Year 12 Parents and Guardians. First of all, I'd like to introduce myself. I'm Mrs. Cooper and I'm Head of Careers in Larne Grammar School. The purpose of this presentation is to give you a flavour of the careers work that your son or daughter is being exposed to in their careers classes. We also want to think about the forthcoming subject choice procedure and make you aware of the implications of this process. All Year 12 students in 12P, Q, R and S have a 30-minute class per week of careers. 12T students cover careers in a more extensive block during their LLW GCSE. Thus, what has your son or daughter been covering within their careers lesson? Well, 12P, Q, R and S have looked at the following topics before Christmas. They would have looked at the recruitment and selection procedure. Where are jobs advertised? How to produce a CV? How do you go about developing a good interview answer? What are some of the selection tests they may encounter? They've also spent some time looking at the post-16-18 options, which have included CAFRE, FE colleges, apprenticeships, post-16 and 18, university. They have been exposed to where you could obtain information on all of these options. Since Christmas, 12P, QR and S have been continuing their lessons using a variety of teaching resources, so their careers booklet, online resources, to name a few examples. On the screen I have given a sample of some of the activities they have been completing and will continue to complete until they leave school this year. So they've had a chance to complete a variety of careers questionnaires, Zello being our main one, and other examples would come from the UCAS website or the Prospects website. They've had a chance to look at various sources of careers information, such as actual work experience, so that they can involve themselves maybe in virtual activities and hopefully some maybe physical at the end of June. A variety of websites such as UCAS, Discover Uni, apprenticeship websites, to name a few. They will also complete To Find Out the Facts, which is a structure to how they can complete their research, and they will also produce a career plan. 12T students cover careers in their LLW class with Mrs. Irwin. They have completed much of the careers work at the beginning of the year, at the beginning of September. So they will have covered what 12P, QR and S have been doing on a weekly basis. Just on the screen I've highlighted some of the topics that 12T have already covered. Recruitment and selection, post-16 and 18 options, career planning process, a few careers questionnaires, information on where you can obtain careers information from, and also have had the opportunity to complete To Find Out the Facts, which get them to look at two careers in much more detail. All 5 classes will be completing the tasks highlighted on the screen. They will all be receiving a subject choice booklet in paper form, and this booklet will also be shared in electronic form on their Google Classroom and the careers section of Larne Grammar School's website. This is one of the places where they will find information on the criteria for sixth form, and they will also gain information on the different subjects that are on offer at sixth form. Information on new subjects will be shared with the students via video presentations on their Google Classroom. Subjects that they currently already study, they will gain information about those subjects through their normal teaching time. All students have been offered a careers guidance interview with a member of the Department of Economy Career Service. That has been an ongoing process all year, and roughly about 70% of the students have now been interviewed. Students do need to apply for this. They need to complete an application for guidance to avail of this opportunity. I would now like to provide you with some information on options your son or daughter has at this stage or post-18. These have all been covered with them in their allocated careers class. CAFRE is one possible option. It stands for the College of Agricultural, Food and Rural Enterprise, and it has 3 campuses in Northern Ireland. It offers courses in the area of agriculture, food management, veterinary nursing. So it has many great courses on offer. A great opportunity at post-16 but also at post-18, where they have many degree courses and foundation degrees available. Further education and higher education colleges have been discussed. So our 2 local ones would be Belfast Met and NRC. So there's a good range of vocational courses on offer for students at these campuses. Apprenticeships is something that is a growth area, and we have looked at these for both post-16 but also at post-18, where there are fantastic opportunities available in terms of higher level apprenticeships and degree apprenticeships. We have looked at sixth form, coming back to Larne Grammar and studying A-levels or BTECs with ourselves, or maybe looking at an alternative sixth form. University is something that students should consider at this stage, because they need to research if there's a particular course they may have in mind to make sure that they select the correct combinations of subjects at this stage to make sure they keep that pathway open to them. Most students within Larne Grammar School do come back and join us at sixth form. So at this point of the year, they will need to give an indication of what they would like to study. They make those final selections on GCSE results day in August. So most students will study 4 subjects in lower sixth. Some students opt to do 3, and then students will typically study 3 subjects in upper sixth. So selection of sixth form subjects. On this next slide, I've highlighted some of the things to consider when making your sixth form subject choices. It is important you take great care to make the correct choices. Choosing an A level or an equivalent may mean that certain career options could be ruled out by an incorrect selection at this stage. If a student has a particular career goal in mind, they must check to make sure is there any subjects which are essential or strongly recommended for that particular career. Some other advice on what to choose. Students think of maybe general areas in which they would like to work. Maybe they want to work within an IT sector, and therefore as a subject in the IT sector would be particularly useful. They should also think about subjects where they will possibly get the best grades. Getting the best possible grades keeps as many doors open as possible. They should think about subjects they find interesting. And they should also consider the method of assessment. What methods of assessment best suit them? Are they more of an exam-based student, or does coursework suit them better? It is imperative that your son or daughter completes good quality careers research to help make sure no mistakes are made at this point in their lives in terms of career subject selection. They should check the following: subjects required for any course and the acceptability of subjects and combination of subjects. For example, students may choose to select life and health science at A level in Larne Grammar School. But if they choose to go to Queen's and they combine that with biology and chemistry, that combination would not be an acceptable mix. They should also consider what are the selection processes for future courses. Do they need to complete so much work experience? Will they have rigorous selection tests that they should be doing some prep for? Will they have quite a lot of interviews to face, and that's something that they may feel that they need to work on within the next year? Should also consider labour market information. This is a topic that we cover in Year 10 and I've also revisited in Year 12. Don't let the labour market information discourage them, but they should be aware of the areas where there's maybe a shortage of jobs, that they must be prepared for more challenges to secure employment in that area and work hard to maybe develop that USP within themselves. And also we would encourage students that are maybe choosing those non-vocational courses to be aware that what pathways that could take them in. In the current economic climate, when considering subject choices, it is important that they are considering what career pathways these subjects may lead them into. They want to ensure that their subject choices will lead to employment. In careers, employability, a topic that has been covered is LMI, Labour Market Information. This has allowed the students a chance to look at various careers and what the job prospects are like. All students should be well equipped with the tools to find this information. They should consider this work when selecting their choices. On the screen, I've highlighted some of the skill sectors that predict future growth in the Northern Ireland economy. Areas such as professional services, which will include financial and legal services, has seen great growth, with the likes of companies such as Allen & Overy, Deloitte and PwC showing great expansion in Northern Ireland. ICT has shown exponential growth, with a huge demand on students at post-18 and at graduate level. The food and drink agri-food sector has shown great growth as well. We all need our food, and that has become even greater need to source it locally since Brexit. Advanced manufacturing, the design of new products, is an area which demands recruits. The green economy, much in the news, is something that a lot of courses are now thinking about. I know the likes of Queen's has built a sustainability module into the bulk of their degrees. Creative technologies is growing in Belfast dramatically and across Northern Ireland. With the success of films such as Game of Thrones, there has been a greater demand for these services. Life and health science has also grown, with the likes of big companies such as Almac, Norbrook and Randox. Generally, vocational courses will find it easier to gain employment, but there's still valuable employability skills to be gained from non-vocational courses. Also, I just want to highlight another piece of information. Recent government research also stresses gaining qualifications at level 3, so that's up to 18 age and above. Basically, they're not encouraging students to drop out of education at the age of 16. On this slide, I have work from the Northern Ireland Skills Barometer on the screen, and this highlights the top 10 growth sectors in the Northern Ireland economy. So you will see professional services there at the top, IT sector there at the top, health and social work type areas. So that's something you may want to have a look at, which is widely available on the internet. The majority of Larne Grammar School students will consider university education as one of their post-18 options. I want to spend some time highlighting typical requirements for some popular degree courses. I do want to stress the importance of good grades for going on into higher education, but I also want to highlight for many courses that there are many other selection methods are utilised, and students should start to work on skills and qualities that will help them these with other selection methods. Lower 6th, Year 13 is an important year to develop these skills and qualities and avail of all of the opportunities that are available. Many of these opportunities are emailed to them, thus I would encourage your son or daughter to regularly check their school emails. On the slide, I've highlighted a few bits and pieces. I said typically universities, higher education and universities will publish requirements in terms of grades or UCAS tariff points. More information can be found in UCAS tariff points within the subject choice booklet. GCSE grades are also used as part of the selection procedure. That could be in terms of their Maths and English grade, where they may need Bs for many courses, but it could be in their overall profile. Courses like medicine, dentistry and veterinary will typically consider the overall profile of the grades when they're considering students for their courses. And the extra selection methods are becoming more common. That could be a test, it could be an interview, it could be producing a portfolio. I'm going to spend a wee bit of time then looking at some of these popular degree courses that our students consider. Accounting Finance is one that may find A-level Maths as useful and sometimes essential. Another useful subject there is Business Studies. This is a field where there are many other pathways into, such as degree apprenticeships and higher level apprenticeships. Architecture can ask for specific subjects, such maybe art, maths, physics is a popular combination, but many degree courses will have no particular preference. But do be aware that a portfolio may be required for this course. Computing and IT courses, the most commonly asked A-level is maths, but there are many other courses that will just look for a range of different subjects. Dentistry typically asks for A-level chemistry and one other science subject, most commonly being biology. The third subject can typically be any other subject. Engineering, there are many disciplines in engineering, ranging from civil, mechanical, aerospace, to name a few. Most commonly required sixth form subjects is A-level Maths and Physics. Technology can also be a useful subject there. Law is one that has typically no specific subject requirements, just students should strive to achieve the best possible grades. Medicine, typically 2 sciences, chemistry and biology being the most common there. Third subject can be any suitable other subject. Please can I stress there a very high GCSE profile is required for this subject, and there's a wide range of additional selection procedures for this course, such as the UCAT test or BMAT, plus an interview. For a nursing degree, one science can be preferred, and it normally will lead to lower grades requirement if a science is studied. Pharmacy is typically A-level chemistry along with one other science or maybe 2 other sciences. Physiotherapy normally asks for 1 science or maybe 2 A-level sciences. Sports science typically asks for 1 A-level science. Veterinary medicine science, typically 2 A-level sciences, being both biology and chemistry being the 2 most common. Wide-ranging work experience is required here. This can range for well over 10 weeks of essential work experience. Many degree careers that require 1 or 2 sciences are frequently being allowed to be studied with any other subject. Many degrees can be studied without any specific A-level sixth form subjects, and on the screen I've highlighted a few of them. Hotel and hospitality management, psychology, social work, sociology, social policy, surveying, theology. It's also important that students consider all of the potential options that are available to them. This is an area that we have looked at within their careers class. Yes, a traditional degree at university is popular, but there's so many more options out there to be considered, and these are growing in popularity. For example, apprenticeships. Students may leave school at fifth year and enter sort of a traditional apprenticeship, maybe in the trades. Typically, they will need 4 GCSEs at A star to C. But be aware there are many more apprenticeship areas there, and this is a growing area at post 18 in terms of the higher level and degree apprenticeships. Many of our big professional services companies offer opportunities in this. And there are many excellent degree apprenticeships out there which allows a student to earn while they work. Work Plus is an excellent website to give you a flavour of some of these different types of apprenticeships that are on offer. Some students might want to attend further higher education colleges, such as the likes of NRC and Belfast Met. And what they will need to have gained there in terms of GCSE and A level depends very much upon the course. And as I've already mentioned, CAFRE, the College of Agriculture, Food and Rural Enterprise, specialises in agriculture, food and rural enterprise-based careers. An area that is in growth, the agri-food sector and so on is growth. So some excellent courses there. So how has the school been providing support to your son or daughter in as we lead up to the subject choice procedure? Well, as already mentioned, they've had careers classes that have covered a wide range of topics that are useful in preparing them for this stage in their lives and further on in their lives. They've an excellent careers employability booklet with a wide range of resources in it, from selection methods to how to conduct research. They do have an opportunity to have a careers guidance interview, as I've said already, with a member of the career service, which the student has to have completed a little online questionnaire to access this opportunity. The subject choice booklet has a wealth of useful information on it, which you can also see that's available on the school website. And they will receive information from their current subject teachers, and any new subjects teachers will provide information on those subjects as well. Other useful information that can be found is on the school website. So the subject choice booklet, as I've already mentioned, will be on the careers department section of the website, and also there's the Board of Governors reports in there, and there will be information about past results on there. If you can see, go to About Us, Board of Governors, and the annual report. Students will be asked to make their initial subject choices on Wednesday the 1st of March. This will be done in an electronic form. These choices are to be made by Monday the 6th of March and to be returned to Mr Goff, the curriculum manager. I just want to highlight this is an initial selection to indicate what subject students think they want to study. They will be making their final choices on GCSE results day in August. This initial selection process is important, but it does create the timetable, and students may find in August that they maybe won't be able to get different combinations of subjects due to the timetable already being created. How can parents and guardians support their son or daughter at this stage? Please check that your son or daughter is completing the careers tasks that are being assigned during careers lessons. It is important that they have gained an understanding of all the careers work that has been covered. Also encourage them to check their school emails. Apprenticeship opportunities are currently being advertised via this method. Work experience opportunities will be advertised this way. Do have a conversation with your son or daughter about the options that they're considering, and please make sure that they're being realistic. We see a lot of students want to be doctors, but realistically it will be the top couple of percent within the year group that will only be able to access this option due to the high demands universities place in terms of grades at GCSE level, and also with the extra tests, which normally it's high achieving students will gain the best scores there. So please ask them to make sensible choices, and also encourage them to have contingency plans in place for their future. Other activities that you may do is have a look at your son or daughter's careers booklet and any other resources that are on the Google Classroom. And also do spend some time going through the subject guidance booklet that will be on the Google Classroom and also the career section of the website. Much useful information to be gained there. Thus, to conclude, over the next few weeks, students should do good quality research. They should be realistic in their own abilities and choose subjects which they will enjoy and will allow them to succeed for their futures. I hope you found this presentation of use, and if there's anything that we can be of help with, please feel free to contact me or other staff in school regarding this careers information. The best way of contacting me is via my school email address, which is rcooper078@c2kni.net. I'd like to thank you for taking the time to listen to this presentation.